Good evening.
Good evening.
How we doing?
Good. Just about recovered from bug jam. How about you?
Do you know, is it something about getting older that it takes about a week to get over bug jam now? Because I used to be able to go to work the day after bug jam.
I went to work the evening of bug jam and I felt like crying. That's horrendous.
Oh shit! I had the day off after, and I literally sat on the sofa and did nothing. That was my day. And then the next day I had to go to work, and I was just done. Couldn't be bothered. The whole week was just written off. But that's just the signs of a good bug jam. That is. Let's be honest.
It was a good bug jam, wasn't it? It really was.
It was.
I thought it was. Best one for a while. Really, the atmosphere was wicked. The racing was brilliant. The weather was good. It just, it all sort of comes together. It was a wicked bug jam.
That's it. Not to mention, we haven't done this since, I don't know if it was before drag days or after, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, just life has got in the way. Every time I said to Paul, "Should we do it?" He's like, "I can't. I'm going to the bar." And then if he says to me, "Can I do it?" I'm like, "I'm stuck on a night out." Obviously, normally this time of year I've calmed down with work a little bit, but this year is completely different, and I'm just still plugging away. So, So Lee Cordery says, "Watch the live feed." Gutted he couldn't be there. Of course, I shall get the all the footage together as soon as I can. I haven't even done Summer Nationals yet. Again, just literally have not had a chance to sit down, cut them about yet. I've got a few interviews from that, and then of course, what I'll probably do is when it comes to the time, I'll try and get any videos off anyone from Bug Jam and make some footage from that. Let's be honest, the Bug Jam one is the hardest one because there's so much. Even qualifying rounds are probably about half an hour video just on their own.
With the sheer number of cars.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool having that bumper spot in Sportsman.
It is. I mean, the guys and girls that are watching from Sportsman now, did you enjoy the bump spot? I'm so glad I wasn't in the class, and I felt for Tom. Obviously, I spoke to him today, and I was like, "You spoken to your mate yet?" And he's like, "No." He was like, and one of my other friends who's getting married the week after Bug Jam next year, he rang him to say, "Right, we're flying out on the Saturday," and he was like, "No." He's like, "I am not." He was like, "I'm flying out on the Tuesday. You can piss off." He was like, "I'm never missing any day of Bug Jam again." But my favourite bit was being after we did our Q5. Obviously, we were back in the pits. Sportsman had already gone down, so they started filtering back through, and then people are coming back looking at the tickets, going on Eurodrags, they're just swiping, going and then I think it was like Bruce Harvey was up against the fence just trying to listen to the tannoy, and he's like, "I don't think I'm in. I don't think I'm in." He's like, "Oh, this is torture. This is torture." I love that. So, but yeah, obviously that
Q5, wasn't it? People were fine, like number 28, number 29. Next quarter next pair goes down, then number 30, number 33. People are getting bounced up and bounced down all the time.
Well, I think it was Tom Polly and Nigel Gregson, I think, were all on the outside looking in. So tough deal for those three, especially like Bug Jam weekend. I mean, I've done it the same. I've been in there and was bumped out, so I know how horrible it was.
Your best to get the bumper spot as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the good thing is we haven't got a bump spot coming up at the next round. But I don't know if have you seen the entry for the next round?
For green light.
Yeah.
It's quite reasonable.
It is. Sportsman 25.
There's 133 people in the green light.
There is, but it's 25 in Sportsman.
That's a lot.
Actually, it might be 24 because Bruce Harvey is entered twice. So I think he's either trying to double up his luck, but still.
You can't race
20.
That
way. I just want myself in the first round. After that, I'm okay.
We've both got a bite.
It's good to see Rob Creswell finishing off the season. Obviously, he did round number 1 in the Audi A3, which he got to the final in both Sportsman ET and VW Sportsman as well. And then we got,
It's a good, strong
all
effort.
the rest of them. That is. I did have. There he is. I've just not uploaded it. As of today, unfortunately, VW Pro down to 17. As you can see, my name's scrubbed out on there. Unfortunately, Royal Caribbean have said, no, you are not allowed to leave the boat. If you do leave the boat, you're not allowed back on the boat. So, unfortunately, I shall not be attending the green light. It's going to be the first race meeting I've missed in about 15 years.
Yeah.
Actually, no, the second. I lie. I missed Summer Nationals when me and Vos went to Alastaro for the weekend.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's going to be weird. I mean, and like looking at the points in Pro, obviously Graham Fairhead, he's basically got he's got about 9 fingers. No, he hasn't got 9 fingers. I know he's over in the fens. He's got 8 fingers. He's got 8 fingers on the prize at the moment. Essentially, with he's got an 1,100 point advantage. I mean, with 18 cars, well, not 18 cars now, be 17 cars. You've still got like 700 points for green light.
Yeah.
So it's not over yet.
You could take him. James Hodgson could take him.
Well, I can't because I'm not going to be there.
Oh, so you're coming. Yeah, it's not over. There's anyone sort of top 5 or 6. It's mathematically possible. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, like,
absolutely.
if you get that and you get a decent entry at national finals, which I'm sure we will, then even if it's not capable of catching Graham, because that all depends on what he does at that round, really. I mean, if he qualifies well and goes rounds, then yeah, nobody's going to catch him. But he is going to have a target on his back for that weekend. But don't forget, second place takes home £1,000, third place takes home £500, and fourth and fifth take home £250 each. So, I mean, all to play for, isn't it? I mean, I'm probably going to have to keep my eye on like 4th and 5th now. If the one was that. That's all I'm going to be doing.
Close to the bottom in both classes. You break your car, you run your van. That's what happens.
Are you going to run the wedge again this year?
No. It was
not the Jolly Sailor at national finals.
It might be there. I won't be racing though. But yeah, I've had quite a lot of traction with that video.
I bet you. Did the guy who did all the work on your van see the videos?
Yeah, he has done. Yeah. I should. Well, obviously, there's a video that Santa Pod released today, and like VW Racing is like 500,000 views or something. It's just you and Colin laughing, watching this van take forever to go down the strip.
Well, the good thing is, Santa Pod did a different version of it, because obviously with the VW Racing one, he goes to like around about 1,000 foot, and then it cuts to the finish line, and it's a bit of cheering, and then it goes back to the finish line again, so you get way. Whereas the Santa Pod one, you got the full cheer of the crowd all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny. It was ridiculous, but
definitely. John Gallant says enjoyed the super fluke of going from 27th to 2nd. See, that's when you just go boom. I'm safe. I don't have to worry now.
That's not a fluke. That's just getting used to it, can't
it? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you run it, it'll happen. You start getting luckier the more you do it, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, usually we get 6 qualifiers at Bug Jam. Obviously, it was very busy, and now we've got Pro Mod there, so we were down to 5. 5 is still more than enough to get within your dial, technically. Obviously, there's always going to be some people on the outside looking. The fact that we got 3 perfect ETs 2 in pro and 1 in sportsman.
Yeah. I had the same. I thought in the van it would just be the same every time.
Yeah.
The headwind made like a second difference.
I don't think anyone equated for the headwind on Sunday.
No.
I mean, technically, we all should have gone, that's really windy, especially in round 1 of eliminations when I was against Abby. The fact that before that we went down for the race, we were all holding on to the gazebo going, of course, windy, isn't it? And we went down and went, it's going to run exactly the same as yesterday.
I found a whole new problem with racing a hybrid van, which I've never had before. That won't ever happen again. Usually, if I park in lanes, I just stop the car and then leave the handbrake off, so you can push it down, without having to jump back in. Did the same with the bus, and it blew away. I looked round; it was rolling down. It was rolling down the road, getting pushed by the wind.
I think I also looked when I was watching some of the footage, because essentially, like I said, on the Monday I just did nothing, so I just sat and watched just some of the footage on my iPad, and I saw the race between Andrew Bambrick and I can't remember who he raced, but he got a red light in round 1 of eliminations. Obviously contested it and said I didn't move anywhere. I think personally it was one of those ones where it was a windy day. He's probably shallow staged, and then he's gone for the clutch and the accelerator, and at that point the wind's just pushed him back and out of stage. But then obviously, he did manage to get it contested. And then like half an hour later, it comes down for another run, and then red lights again.
There's a camera on the start line just for that.
There it is, yeah.
I had that timing gear issue, and when I reviewed it was like, yeah, the car definitely didn't move. There on both lanes just to check it.
Yeah.
So, it can happen, but it was perhaps one of the windiest times I've been there. It wasn't even consistent. It was just gusty. It was like a 30-mile-an-hour headwind. It was like 2 mile an hour, 20 mile an hour, 5 mile an hour, 80 mile an hour. It just kept shifting all the time. So it was pretty hard to dial. So
that's it. Well, Noel Soso's joined us in the chat. Noel, are you going to make it to the next round? Obviously, we were looking forward to seeing you at Bug Jam, but no Mark 1. Then you got the COVID. So I'm hoping Noel and Carl are both clear of the COVID now. They'll be ready for the next round, of course. But yes. Now, the main reason, obviously, we did this is because, obviously, we wanted to, because we need to catch on going up. But we have Das Auto Show coming up next weekend. Of course, usual £85 entry gets you your usual entry on the Saturday and your racing on the Sunday. At current, we've got about 3 or 4 people entered. Obviously, we know Jacob, who is the reigning champion at the moment. He's basically rebuilding an engine. I think he's aiming to be ready for Greenlight Nationals. So I doubt he's going to be ready for Das Auto. But if there's any of our heads-up racers out there, let us know in the comments if you're going to be entering. Essentially, next Thursday is the latest kind of to enter, because Abby's got to have the time to get your name, send it to Santa Pod and get your tickets printed out. Whereas if you leave it to like Friday or Saturday and then you turn up on the Saturday and they're like, oh, I haven't got any tickets, it's because you basically left it too late. So I know Geordie rang me earlier. He said he's going to be entering. But if there's anyone else that does the heads up racing, I know Anthony Mincher is doing USC this weekend. Were you literally mirroring what I was saying there?
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
Let's get some more entries in, shall we?
Yeah, that's it. And I can't see we got Noel says, yeah, I hope so. All clear now. That's
Good.
what we'd like to hear.
Nice one, Noel. Hopefully we'll see you at Pod, mate.
That's it. Now, of course, what else have we got? James was messaging in the committee forum. Basically said for anyone, it's not really it's for anyone But maybe some of the old school racers, I don't know if anyone remembers, back in 2012 when Dennis Cox passed away, there was this sticker made up for all the basically given out to all the racers. Now they were done like on a papery sticker, so they kind of washed away, didn't they? I don't think many people, but thankfully Lynn or Susan had this, like never been used one. So James has basically given it to a sticker place. They've copied it, and hopefully he's going to have a whole new batch of them ready for Greenlight Nationals, so we can get them back on the cars. And obviously, I'm sure everyone has been reading the elapsed times. You read the section on there all about Dennis. If you're new to the club and basically didn't know who he was, or if you still don't, make sure you go and get your elapsed times and read up all about it.
Yeah, absolutely smashing, guys. Dennis. Very, very sorely missed. I've still got the original sticker on the cage in the Mark 1. I can't bring myself to go over it. So it's still there.
Let's be honest, the Mark 1's a barn find anyway, so he's perfectly preserved there. It's never going to get worn away, is it? It doesn't get sunlight on it. Doesn't get any water on it.
It's just that, man. It's just accumulating money. That's all it is, isn't it? Mark 1 Golf GTI in the dry, you know?
No, that's it. That's it. I know someone that would buy it, though, if you want to sell it.
I don't know.
No.
But yeah, it's the car you're never going to get back, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, Simon Hepburn, who won one of the roll cages, in fact, the last roll cage last month in European front wheel drive. Not him, Simon. Simon won it. He friends with Daniel and Alex Boucher, and he's basically going to come and join the club. So he's on the lookout for a Mark 1 Golf, of course, 3-door. He's quite happy to have a bit of a project, quite happy to have something nice. So if anyone knows of any Mark 1 Golfs up for sale, maybe get in touch with Simon or get in touch with Dan Boucher, and he'll pass it on, and then hopefully we can get him in. Then we can get, in fact, Simon's in the chat now. So yeah, hopefully we can get him in, and then obviously get that down to Ben's and get that caged up, and then there's another racer. That's what we like to see.
Absolutely.
Daniel said straight away, whoop, another VW Pro joining. Maybe. Well, Daniel's going to be in VW Pro hopefully next year. I don't know if he knows. Because Dan won a roll cage many moons ago, and he put it in his Nova. So he's got a lovely Nova that's caged by Hangar 30, that's now up for sale, so he can cage his Polo. That's it. Wrong car indeed. So yeah.
What's the other big news tonight, Luke?
I don't know. What other big news are they?
AGM?
Oh yeah, AGM. Oh yeah. Because Tom messaged me today, and he was literally like, "Dude," he was like, "What date's the AGM?" I was like, "Last weekend of November, like always." And he's like, "No." I was like, "Yeah, last week. It's always the last weekend of November." He's like, "I'm booked to go to Liverpool that weekend for my birthday." I was like, "Well, we're going to an AGM on that. Of course, we'll get this announced now, just so it's out there. So the AGM and social. If anyone come last year, we said that basically we were going to trial combining it all into one day. So normally we go to the Jury's Inn. We have a social on the Saturday, and then we have the AGM on the Sunday. Whereas this year, in true VWDRC style, Abby has basically hired out a brewery in Milton Keynes. So yeah, in true style, this is going to be a bit of carnage like normal, I think. So we haven't yet worked out the details on how the day is going to run, because I know we generally like doing a bit of karting, don't we? So I mean, you don't. Old cripple boy there, he's never into it. But yeah, well, I mean, what we could probably still do is Saturday morning go-karting, early Saturday afternoon we do the AGM, at which point obviously we just discuss any rules, anything people are happy with, anything people are not happy with. It's at that point where you bring it up in the AGM. We discuss it. We discuss prize fund for the next year, club sponsors, stuff like that. And then, of course, unlike normal, at that point we'll stop, we break. You can, if you want to, you can pay extra and do beer tasting courses. You can do gin tasting courses. This is all at the brewery. And then in the evening, of course, we've got basically the whole top floor of the brewery hired out with balcony outside. We're going to have some music, and of course, we'll be doing trophy presentations and then a bit of a disco. Of course, being a brewery, they sell beer, they sell all other spirits. You can buy like buckets of Belgian beers. So I mean, this was the main. I can get Duvel, I can get Leffe, I can get shit faced. Basically, I can get shit faced. Thankfully, I'm not doing the presentation. We've roped in Colin. Colin's going to come and do the trophy presentations for us. So basically, I can. Well, we do the formal bit early afternoon, and then after that, game on.
Yeah, little change in format, see if it works.
Yeah,
Lawrence, is it black tie? You can wear a black tie if you like, Lawrence. It's entirely up to you if you want to go as James Bond.
You can wear your race gear if you want. You can wear black tie if you want. You can wear a tuxedo. You can wear whatever you like. Let's be honest.
Right?
Do they sell Wicked? I'm going to say no. No.
I'm not even going to dignify that.
So yeah, no. Essentially, like I said, what we were gonna do like a full dinner and dance in a hotel with like meal and stuff like that. But basically, after drag days, we decided maybe people haven't got the budget and don't want to do it. So this is a cheaper option, a bit more fun, more our style, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a compromise because we go in sort of like fully in with the full dinner, dance, venue hire, all that sort of thing. If you don't get the numbers, then it's going to cost the club £1,000. So this was a bit of a halfway house. See how the new format works, and we can obviously build on that if it's good. So. I think it's going to be a bit different doing it that way. Nice to mix it up, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it'll be good fun. Now, of course, it will be ticketed. Abby hasn't yet let us know the price on it yet. It's not going to be expensive. We just basically need to cover the cost of some food and nibbles and stuff like that. That's going to be supplied, and then of course you need to buy your drinks at the bar and stuff. We do have what was it? Obviously, we'll post this afterwards in the VWDRC members only section. But essentially, like Abby said earlier today, the main reason we want to get this out is because some people might want to get their hotels and stuff booked up. Where was it? Let me find out. Because, of course, we left it with Abby, and she just found out. So, like, Premier Inn currently have rooms for £45. The nearest one is the Theatre District, which is £76 for the Travel Lodge. But then you've got £58 elsewhere and stuff like that. So there is some cheap deals out there. Obviously, the sooner you book up, the better. But again, I shall post the poster in the VWDRC Members Club, and you can read there, Brewhouse and Kitchen, Savoy Crescent in Milton Keynes. You can find out where that is, and be all good, all good.
I once stayed in that Easy Hotel for £25 for AGM. Didn't have a window.
Yeah.
It was like a bit of work.
Literally, I bet.
You can get some cheap deals, so yeah. I think the dress code is just going to be usual sort of whatever you like. I don't know. So there's going to be we're going to dress up, but it is, like we said, a little sort of halfway house between the old style AGM and a full on dinner dance.
Yeah. But if you have got a suit and stuff like that, wear it. I just haven't got one.
You have. I've seen it.
I'm at the push. I've got trousers. We've already had this argument already because it says like for some of the meals on the cruise on the ship that I'm supposed to wear trousers and formal evening wear. I was like, I should be not eating that evening then, shall I?
You'll probably be killed. The price of the company
Yeah,
is very busy.
that's it. Well, that was the main reason I bought the shake outfit for the Bug Jam party. Was I thought I could go full kilt and just go nothing underneath. I didn't even see that. It didn't come back. I was going to wear that the next night.
It's in the van.
I bet that's going to be a nightie for you and Sarah after seeing you and Ed squeeze into it. Did you just remember that?
Yeah,
We've got Steve Metcalf. 26th of November, I think I've convinced Claire I'm taking her out for anniversary and actually enter. Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Come and do it. John Marcoux says, my golf's ready, getting a cage, engines ready from Pro Race next week. It's all coming together nicely. John Marcoux, who decided to have 2 engines built just in case he did a Paul Jackson or a Carl Goldsmith because it's a 20 valve. So he's got a spare just in case.
Shut up.
Don't worry, yours will be fixed at some point.
Yeah. I'll go full boxes. Door slam is 2035. Don't you worry, it'll be there.
No, he promises his car's going to be ready next year. He promises.
Well, an actual promise instead of his usual fake promises. Sorry, Andrew. You will get your car finished eventually.
He's not allowed to get his car finished. He's busy working.
That's a
You
bit,
see
bit
how
of a
awkward
dilemma.
it was.
And you get your car finished, come racing, but also don't because I need my crew chief.
Yes, exactly. I mean, trying to run away it's just not good enough, is it? Now, of course, VW Action. Basically, I think it was like the day after Bug Jam. Brian started messaging me. He was like, VW Action. I was like, oh, all right. I was like, I suppose we better get some cars in for that, shall we? So, usual stuff. Basically, you buy your weekend ticket from SantaPod's website these days. Because as most people probably know now, SantaPod basically are taking over the show. So just go to SantaPod's website, buy your tickets. We've got 2 days of Run What You Run this year instead of it's VW or Volkswagen Group Run What You Run Saturday and Sunday. Then of course we have the Saturday night shootout, which is usually like £10 extra, I think. That goes on from 5 o'clock till 8 o'clock in the evening. There's going to be top 5 water cooled, top 5 air cooled, top 5 buses, and top 5 alternate engine. So again, look forward to seeing a load of the club members going to do that and joining in the fun on that. Jacob's going to be up in the tower with me, so Smashy and Nicey are back on the radio once again. I'm looking forward to that. Because we basically haven't had that. I mean, last year he decided to do to actually race it. So I was on my Todd all weekend. So it'd be nice to have me co-commentator back for that event. And then if anyone's going to be coming along, let us know. Obviously, we'll be posting stuff and getting it off. Of course, pit areas. There is no specific pits. You just literally turn up. It's a free for all. So usually, where you have got behind the grandstand up to the calf, we generally go, that's VWDRC, because there's a nice bit of grass there as well. So we commandeer that and just shove us there.
I've never had an issue with it. race at action.
No. Well, you got the whole of the pits, haven't you? Really?
Yeah.
You get a few of the European races starting to arrive. I know Marcus Velt is coming with the TTK Golf, the guy who come to Drag Days a couple of years ago. I believe Hubert Stramberger's coming with the Audi. Obviously, he cancelled his entry for Bug Jam, unfortunately. Like with the days coming up, he basically was just like, I can't get the time off from the shop. Obviously, he runs HST turbo tuning, so I decided not to come, and basically said he's going to do Nitro Olympics, get the car tagged, which he needed to do anyway, and then he's going to do hopefully VW action and stay for Euros and do comp eliminator with the TT.
Nice. Yeah.
So, but hopefully, I mean, like once that's tagged and stuff, we might end up seeing a bit more of it, obviously, because then he will be fully legal to come and do some more rounds of racing.
Yeah.
That was his main concern. He didn't want to come all the way and then be turned away, where it was a lot easier to be tagged at Hockenheim, which is a little bit shorter journey. But yeah, of course. With action, I've been told specifically nobody gets in on site on the Thursday night. I think gate opens at like lunchtime on a Friday. So yeah, that's about it for action, really. And then of course we've got what we got? European finals. If anyone wants to enter that, of course, it's always good to see some VWDRC members entering. I believe, no doubt, Carl will be making up for missing Bug Jam. He'll be doing Pro ET. Of course, I'll be in Comp Eliminator. And then, yeah, anyone else? Come and join in the European finals. Paul, maybe you can enter the wedge.
Here we go.
That's it. I think Ed might be entering Pro ET. Hey, look, Martin Greaves is in the comments. We've got some cow lookers coming. That's what I want to see. I'm looking forward to seeing that because you've been doing really well with that group. So hopefully, yeah, we see a load of Beatles come along and sign up for the day. David Swift, hello from Turkey. Oh,
big dinners.
That's it.
Living the dream.
That's it. Too right. Do you know it was nice to see at Bug Jam, which I completely forgot, because obviously with Bug Jam you sit down and the weekend's gone. Nick Edwards popped in and said hello. He's obviously got his car back now. So hopefully at some point we're going to see that come out and play. Harry, his kid, who used to be like teeny tiny, is now full grown. The other kids are old enough now, so hopefully his eldest son, he's basically looking at buying him something like an Audi RS3 or something like that, just to come and run in pro. Like, nice little starter car. He's like, I've seen that. Yeah, Jake was running the TT. That's good. Yeah, we'll just buy that and bring it along. That's it. Daniel Hughes says, Bosh. Let's press it there.
Yeah, let's face it. Yeah. I think we're sort of probably pre-season testing would be the answer, I think. But TBC, but they've been good days. So yeah.
I mean, drag days this year was quite stressful because we didn't get the entries that we had hoped for. But whether, obviously, when it comes to the AGM, and we'll discuss what happened and why people didn't enter, maybe. I mean, to be honest, the answer from most people is probably going to be, I literally just didn't have the spare cash, or I couldn't get the extra time off.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. So at that point, obviously, we'll probably have a date in mind, of which we'll say, are people going to make it? And try and get the entries in as early as possible. Obviously, as people saw, I think one thing we won't be doing if we do it next year, obviously there will be a prize fund, but we won't be announcing the prize fund until literally the week of the event. because then we can just work out what cars we've got, what money there is in the pot, instead of having the disappointing thing of us having to shuffle money around and keep dropping the prize money down, which we don't want to do. So it'd be easier for us if we just
work out how much we can spend every night with different entries coming in and going out.
exactly, because it was literally like, oh, we've got a few entries for this class, so we should put the money on that class because there is it's there. John says, John says, don't do it. GCSE year next year, and I'm there. Yeah, we don't know yet. It all comes down to Santapod's scheduling,
Yeah.
and when they put kind of the summer break in, which each year there's kind of a summer break that is in there somewhere, and essentially we'll try and schedule it somewhere because we put it in August, and obviously people couldn't make August because they're on summer holidays. July's a tough one because you've got Bug Jam, and we don't want to step on Bug Jam because we want the entries there, which was why kind of June was a good we thought was going to be a good option. So
yeah, it's always tricky. The money getting tighter. It's the first luxury item to go, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
Food.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely got to leave, isn't it? Look at you, like you.
Excuse me.
Rude.
Yeah, hello. I'm trying, you know. I've got to fit in my race suit for European finals, otherwise I'm not allowed to race. So I'm going to be the only person on the cruise ship going, no alcohol, please.
Well, how about feeling turn up? It is, isn't it? Let's face it. Yeah, obviously, we want everyone there as much as possible, but people will have to decide what's best for them. So.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Hopefully, we'll pick it and we can do it again next year.
Well, let's be honest with I mean, like Green Light Nationals 25 and 18.
Oh, yeah.
The world is good there.
Absolutely.
You can't complain at that. That's fantastic entries. I think like Sportsman is probably the second largest class at Green Light Nationals out of all of them. Considering we've only got like the one mark of car kind of stable, the VAG stable, whereas Sportsman ET are on 29 where they can have anything. So I'm never going to complain at that. Yeah.
Great.
John says, just do laps of the ship and I'll be a REIT. I'm going to. That is my plan. I'm going to use it as a 2-week detox.
All you can eat buffets, though. That's the problem, isn't it?
No, I ain't got that.
No?
I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good.
Good.
I mean, the hardest thing is obviously USC this weekend, then the holiday, come straight back, VW action, then European finals straight after, then to Malta, then national finals. I love the end of the season. It's good fun. I got 9 days work between now and the end of September. See, I'm almost working as hard as you.
By the time you get time off, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it. Well, hopefully next year you'll be able to get more time off.
Yeah.
Right, Zach Bennett. Benoit. I always want to say Benoit. Remember that from Shaking. Zach Benoit. He's going to be entering next year. Obviously, of course, Zach has entered into Heads Up at Das Auto Show. So looking forward to seeing you return, sir. Of course, send me some details of your car. Obviously, you've changed it a little bit coming up to next week. Same again with anyone that's entered into the Heads Up class. If you've got any details on your car, send them in so I can pre-schedule posts and stuff like that and put them out, of course, because it does help. But yes. Right. Well, I think that's kind of covered everything this evening because, well, what we'll have to do is once we get in the swing back of this, what we got next Monday should be good.
Yep.
I'm good to get back into the flow of things, and then after that, obviously, I shall be on a ship. But definitely need to catch up with some of our. Of course, we spoke to Graham already. Hodgson's yet to win, so we don't want to chat to him just yet. Sam Young, we need to catch up with him. Definitely want to chat to Sam and the team about the electric Beetle because that's been fantastic.
We are Western Young.
You didn't win shit.
My win light came on. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah. I mean, it'd be good. Yeah, it'd be good to speak to Sam and get his perspective of the mega race.
It's so nice seeing Sam and call them out back at pod. Far too long. It's nice catch up with the guys. And Blackcomb 4 is an absolute work of art. It is amazing. So many little clever details and touches. It's just, yeah, it is so intense. If you get a chance, go and have a look at the pit. It is incredible.
I think at the moment for quite a lot of the races in Pro, we're quite lucky because obviously they're using the drag radial, and it is proving quite tricky to get the traction down. There's some runs where it hooks and goes. There's some runs like the run against you where they hooked, spun, basically pedaled it, got back in it. Obviously, as soon as they get that dialed in, it's gonna be a tough car to beat.
It's not even like it's just ticking over the moment. It's not even trying. So, yeah, definitely one to watch.
That's it. And then, of course, who else have we got? VW Sportsman. We need to catch up with who's the guy number one, Paul Robinson, because he won at. Did he win at Summer Nationals? Is Paul in the comments? I'm sure Paul was up there at Summer Nationals. See, it's already like 2 events away, so I'm like, who else was up there? I can't remember. Of course, no doubt we need to catch up with Nigel Coulson, Mr. I've done 2 events and I've already won Bug Jam.
Yeah. All the cool kids win Bug Jam.
Oh yeah, you've won Bug Jam, haven't you? Oh.
Yeah, I did.
That's not fair. It's not fair. There you go. John says yes. Paul won some of that. So obviously it'd be good to catch up with Paul because he started last year. He bought Charlotte's car, didn't he? If I remember correct, he bought Charlotte's the Scirocco, which is now up for sale. So another nice car to go pick up if someone wants a good 14-second Scirocco. Get in touch with Charlotte. It is. It was quick for a normally aspirated car.
It's not a slouch that thing, is it?
No.
It looks the part as well.
Noisy as hell when it didn't have the exhaust on it, but otherwise very nice.
Was Mr. Jackson in his camper still, with a sofa and a sink and a mirror and cupboards? It's not that big, mate.
Well, let's be honest. Your room's not that much bigger than the camper.
Oh, this is the plate.
That's it. Thank you all for your service.
You're quite welcome.
Let me just scroll back to where is it? Can't remember how far I'm going to have to scroll back now. Still going. Do a little dance. There it is. Right, Rookie of the Year. Obviously, we're getting towards the business end of the season now. 2 events left, of course. Rookie of the Year at the moment, which is essentially the rookie with the most points in either class, VW Sportsman or VW Pro. We don't really count heads up because the point system is completely different. Obviously, you could be counted, but you'll never catch you could win the whole season in heads up, and you still won't even get the qualifying points
That's the way
for. Yeah, that's it. So the rookie list at the moment, Jerry Sadler is leading with 1,750 points. Then you got a bit of a drop to 1,370 points. Darren Walsh in his rookie season. Obviously, everybody knows Darren's been with the club years and years, one of our committee members. Put the camera down and start driving in the Mark 1. Straight after him, with that win at Bug Jam, Nigel Coulson with 1,220 points. And then basically we have got bunched up after that. We've got Jonathan Newell, John Gallant, Reese Finney, Tom Circuit, Hazel Carter. And then, of course, we've still got Nigel, Lottie, Alex, Becky, Noel. Noel's not a... Is Noel a rookie? I don't think Noel's a rookie, is it? Or is he? Is it his rookie season?
Yeah, come on.
I mean, he's been with the club for many years.
Yeah.
No, yeah. We'll give it to him anyway because he's got 210 points. So let's be honest, he's not going to win anyway. And then, and of course, Danny Bean at the bottom as well. So yeah, so the rookie list is still ongoing. As you can see, it is very much a fight in VW Sportsman between Jerry Sadler, Darren Walsh, and Nigel Coulson, Jonathan Newell in VW Pro, and John Gallant as well. In fact, Abby's put the points wrong there. It should go Jerry, Darren, John Gallant, Nigel Coulson, Jonathan Newell. So yeah.
That's all to play for. Let's go around.
John Crawford says, isn't Paul Robinson in for the rookie season? No, because he ran last year in the Scirocco. I can't remember what events he did.
Someone needs to make that spreadsheet, John. Isn't it?
Obviously, I mean, all of these points are totaled by Abby. So if anything is wrong, basically we say no. And there you go. John Crawford said only a couple of events. Well, if it's a couple of events, then you're automatically out. The only one you can get away with is national finals. After that, if you've done any other event other than national finals, then unfortunately your rookie year is done and dusted. So if
that's you, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you turned up at Bug Jam and that's the only event you did for the season, that's your rookie season done because you come to Bug Jam. You can't just go, I did Bug Jam, I didn't do very well, so I shall restart my rookie season another year. Otherwise, people would just keep you going, no, this one's my rookie, this one's my rookie, this one's my rookie. So yeah, so that would be why, unfortunately. That's why we try and advertise it quite a lot heavily over the winter and also coming up to the season, just to make sure people are aware that you essentially get the one chance, and if you muck it up, you've mucked it up. I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know about it when I started, so, and I think I started on Summer Nationals. I did Summer Nationals Bug Jam, didn't do Shaky, and then I did National Finals. And I think it was like third to Simon Bailey. But at the time, again, I didn't even know about it, so not that it made any difference. I was still crap. Then we've got the, see, I can use the photo as well. Then we've got the In Memory of Dennis Cox Award for most consistent qualifier. Can you guess who is leading most consistent qualifier? Who?
Is it Lawrence Clark?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, to be honest, this is open to any one of these because it makes no difference. So currently leading is Graham Fairhead with a first qualifier, a second qualifier, a third qualifier, and a sixth qualifier. Dan Boucher has had a first, a second, a fourth, and a 17th. Paul Robinson has had a first, a third, a fourth, and an eighth. And then Ed Keach has had a first and a second. I'm sure Jonathan Newell
he's definitely had a first.
I'm sure he's had a first. I'm sure he's had a first twice.
Right, he had a perfect ET at Bug Jam, so he definitely qualified.
He definitely qualified at Bug Jam. I swear, he was a number one qualifier at like the second round.
I think so as well. Don't forget the points coordinator.
Because I'm sure I'll have to look into that because I think where it says Graham, I think one of the rounds Graham was awarded number one qualifier and then it was rescinded the next day because of a Euro dragster error, and then it went to Jonathan Newell.
That rings a bell, doesn't it? I think that was Springsteen.
I do as well. I mean, what I can do is go to VWDRCTV and watch the spring speed video.
You think?
And I'll catch up on that. There you go. That's something for me to do when this is done. I mean, I'm not going to because I'm going to go to bed soon because I've been awake since 1 o'clock in the morning. I know. But yeah, I'm going to look into that. I am pretty sure Jonathan is up there. Either way, it doesn't really matter. You've got 2 more events, and you could be number one qualifier at both of those events, and you can jump up and put yourself in contention. One thing that Abby did mention earlier was, of course, once we get to the end of the season, we shall open up nominations for R&J Motorsport Car of the Year, Driver of the Year. What was the other one?
Becky Sutton.
And the Becky Sutton Award for services to the VWDRC. So, of course, once the season is done and dusted, which is like months away yet, but we open that up. And, of course, because we're doing this whole dinner and dance thing, we want to try and get as many nominations in as possible. We made it super easy last year with an online entry system, which got us the most entries ever. So, yeah, that'll be coming up at the end of the season. There we go. Rebecca just popped in. Yes, he did on the first round and at Bug Jam. There you go. So, so Jonathan Newell is currently leading the in memory of Dennis Cox for most consistent qualifier award. So, yeah. So, again, if you're going to be up for any of these awards, and obviously if you get nominated, again, you want to be coming to the AGM, which we announced today, which I'll find it there, will be on Saturday, the 26th of November, at the Brew House and Kitchen in Milton Keynes, aka we have hired a brewery to do our AGM. It's going to be good fun. It's going to be good fun. But yeah, I think that about covers it, doesn't it? Really? We squeezed an hour in there. The only thing I didn't put in at the start of it, of course, was of course, you know all the sponsors. Headline, Artec Performance, The Car Kitchen, White Label, GP Turbos, Darkside Developments, CG Motorsport, Hangar 30, and Pro Race Engineering. I have loved this year. I've seen a lot of people supporting these companies. Obviously, The Car Kitchen last weekend, I think Alex left with 2 of my cylinder heads. He left with 1 of Jacob's cylinder heads. So his car was literally full up. Of course, we've seen loads of people with the CG Motorsport clutches. When we did the elapsed times, a load of our sponsors all used White Label, which is Tom's company, to get all their adverts made, which have subsequently been then used in some of the magazines as well. Of course, Pro Race Engineering, loads of people buying parts from there, you get your discount. Same again with Darkside Developments. A lot of the TDI guys have been using them. We've seen a couple of the guys go to Artec and get remaps. I know from personal experience, I've got a turbo on the Touareg from GP Turbos. So again, please do support all of the sponsors that support the club. And of course, all of the rest of them, European Front Wheel Drive, you know, that's my stuff. 32 Speed Shop, Simon in Malta, he's released his new wheels. And we've seen loads of people running those. Of course, Renegade Race Fuels and Oils, again. I think, of course, BJ Speed Shop, who do all the air-cooled engines and buildings, they are now I'm sure he's a supplier for Renegade. Pro Race Engineering, a supplier for Renegade. Then, of course, we've got EST Performance. Oh, that's a good one. I'll come back to that in a minute. Harvey Property Developments, which is Bruce Harvey. Again, I've tapped him up again. Hopefully, he's going to be coming to do my bathroom and stuff. BJ Bates Electrical, which is Gareth Bates. Again, thank you very much. And Track Ready. Alistair Barr, get in contact with him if you need any suspension, brake parts. And then, of course, the missing man, Bruce. I mean, can you remember Bruce?
I used to know a guy called Bruce. Yeah, he had quite a nice cut.
He did.
Haven't seen him for a bit.
I last saw him doing burnouts in Delaware. I think that was probably like the last time I saw him.
Yeah, we had a couple of drinks. He put the handbrake on. Massively.
Massively. That's it. But we just haven't seen him. He pops up for a chat every once in a while. But yeah, Brucey, come see us again. Of course, he does WRP paint and restoration. Everyone knows Big Rob, the chef, and main driver for me, and all-round amazing guy. He's bought a new camper van that's going straight to Bruce's, I think, next month to have a little bit of work done, tidying up. Of course, we saw Lee Cordery. His daughter had the accident with the A3, took it to Bruce's. So again, thank you very much, everyone, just using the sponsors, even if you're mentioning them. If someone says, where do I get this? Boom, tag them. It's just those little tags that pays the bills for us. Exactly. What was I saying about? Oh, that's it. EST Performance. I saw them share the other day. It's not drag racing, but they are doing a track day. I think it was like Brands Hatch or something like that in November. So if any of the club guys want to go and do a bit of roundy stuff, which I know a few people like to do, maybe give EST Performance a message and go along and do that, because, you know, again, it's just a bit of fun out of season. Also, if any of the club sponsors are watching this, Brian from VW Action has offered you a free trade spot at VW Action. You'll be pitted behind the main grandstand on the pit side, so you won't be in the grass with like the general show traders over there. You're going to be on the side with all the racers, which is generally the people you kind of want to see. There will be an email coming out to you all. Essentially, all you've got to do is buy your weekend tickets, and you're welcome to a free pitch at VW Action as being sponsors of the club. So hopefully that comes in handy to any of you. Again, email will be coming out for that. Yeah, I think that covers everything.
Yes, it does. Right.
I think so. Yeah. Let's have a look at the comments and see who's in there. Simon says Alex gives good head. It is true. It is true. Robert Lindsay, blessed, still alive. He spoke to the Bruce. I saw him go on his mega marathon drinking session on Saturday.
Yeah,
it is. Drink number 1, drink number 2, drink number 3, drink number 4.
Drink number 14.
Drink number 5. So yes, all feel free to bully Bruce and tell him to come and watch them racing. Right, I think that does us. We are approaching the hour mark in 29 seconds. You got anything to promote?
No. Just see you all at Heads Up next weekend.
That's it. Get your entries in for Heads Up. I am going to USC this weekend. I am, of course, doing the usual stuff on the microphone in the office. I'm even being DJ for Nitro FM on Friday morning. So I'm going to be playing some S Club 7 to wake the people up on a Friday morning at USC to get the party started. Rachel will be there all weekend. I don't think there's going to be many VWDRC members there, but if anyone is there, or if anyone is watching that is going to USC, if you want any European front wheel drive Speed Club t-shirts or anything like that, go and see the wife. Lee Cordery will be happy to know. I think I'm doing another one of these tomorrow night with Scott Lurie. Either tomorrow night or Wednesday night, as we lead up to USC and we talk about the front wheel drive shootout. And of course, we'll be kicking off. It's another month, so there's another raffle going on. I think it's EMU Black ECU going on this time. So yeah, if anyone wants to get tickets for that, they will be available whenever I post it, some point this week. That's it, really. Yeah. I'll find the old closer, and I'll bid you farewell.
Yeah,
Au revoir.